Welcome, ladies. My name is Hannah, and welcome to the What If Deku Was Zero and Became a Nun? This. Yeah. So, in this What If, before we go into it, you have been warned that there will be a little bit blood. And so, yeah. And, yeah. There will be blood. So, now let's get into it. And plus it's dark, so yeah. And I'm also throwing in Zumi, so yeah. I forgot to mention. So, Zuko and Zumi were born. Then at age of 4, they went to a quirk doctor. Then the quirk doctor tells Zumi that she has a quirk and she can become a hero. And when he goes over to Zuko and tells him that he can't become a hero without a hit. Yeah. And then so a little bit of a time skip to them being 6 years old, because through those 2 years, like from 4 to 6, he had no attentions. Like basically, Zumi got all the attention and kindness and got praised, but Zuko gets bullied around by Bakugo. His parents don't pay attention to him. So then his negativity power kicked in. So yeah, his parents don't love him and all that stuff. So he grabs a gun. He went to somewhere to just end his own life. As he was tearing up, all the negative emotions of everyone that was in the world as he pulls the trigger. And alright, it's all over. Thanks for watching, and please leave just kidding. So then his body starts to transform. After the bullet left with some blood, his body starts to transform into his quirk. His quirk took over. Sorry. His quirk took over. And yeah, So basically, he absorbed so much negative that his power became like its own personality. Let's say it's just like his quirk became ability, and yeah. So so Zuko is dead, and after he left, the of course the Quark Doctor took some of Zuko's blood from the yeah from the bullets thing, and placed it into the machine. Sorry. Yeah. Yeah. That's how devious it is. So, yeah. As so then, through the now do a time skip from another one to about 15. As Zero, I'm not calling him Deku, but he's Zero, so yeah. As he goes to UA. And his hair is like that one. You see, more calm looking than most of like hairs. Yeah, and it's not green, it's black, so he could. And yeah, he could transform his entire body into anyone that. So yeah, so I'm skipping the internship. He gets class 1B. As the, yeah, Zumi gets class 1A. And I'm skipping the, like, 3 this time. The Here's versus Villains, Dodgeball, or no, Ball Throw, and the USJ. Or actually, and the USJ, the Class A and Class B had to work together. As Zero was like, that, as he goes up to the Nomu, and when he slapped it, his entire like head fell off, and his not his head, the Nomu's his head, and it fell off. The his head. Yeah. So yeah. So then after that, and whole like incident happened, he, or actually when Shiraki-sen was about, or is helped him, Israel had his eyes closed. As when Shiraki-sen touched him with all 5 fingers, nothing happens. As the Shiraki-sen says, "What?" I'm Zero. Nice to meet you, Shiraki-sen. And goodbye. As he kicks him in the side, sending him flying. Right at the, yeah. So then it happens like normally. As Sports Festival, my plan for Sports Festival is simple, really. So in my plan, and of simple, is that during the fight one, I have a listing. Okay. So during the, yeah. So Zero versus Brain Dude. Huh? Yeah. The Brain Dude didn't realize that he had, or that Zero had a mirrored quirk. So, yeah. Or reflect a person's personalities things as they start battling. But everyone sees Zuko, or Zero's body changed into that Brain Dude's like most darkest side. As, yeah, he had more of like a dark or purple with some, or yeah. As he says that you have so much negative in you. Everyone tries to believe you around. As he gets knocked out. The Brain Dude got knocked out. By his own self. So Zuko wins. Ends. Here. Hold on. Come on. And yeah. So then it happens like normally stuff. But when Todoroki versus Zuko, of course, sorry. Endeavor was like being a, a little bit rude, but he didn't realize, or Endeavor didn't realize that but Zero is absorbing his darkness. So yeah, really deep thoughts of yeah. And yeah. Todoroki comes up. And Zuko versus Todoroki. As Todoroki says, the hold on, before I reveal it, Todoroki says, you only reflect those personalities or those people that you encounter, right? Instead of copying their quirks. As he says, it's actually reflecting. See, it reflects opponent's deepest, darkest emotions. Yes. And you have such a or not the problem child. You had the childhood with, of course, Endeavor abused you for a very young age. Huh. You should be mad at yourself. As then his darkness shows up again, or his body starts to change into Todoroki. As Todoroki's or dark version of Todoroki ended up saying, like, and go ahead, don't use your father's power. Or use your father's power, but or actually it's like him or he has like split in, yeah. When he reflects, it's also their memories go through it. So yeah. So he ends up as Todoroki tells good version of Todoroki that be nice to Endeavor. He wanted to see he lost something more valuable, his own father. You want to know why? As Todoroki never knew about that part of Endeavor until until Zero. Yeah, as Endeavor heard, he knew he spoke the truth. And yeah, the dark version of Todoroki that Zero reflected is his flame. Like Todoroki's his flame was dark, like very dark flame, and his ice was darker than So basically, or yeah, Zuko, who wins by knocking out Todoroki, sending him flying out of the ring. Yeah. And then now it is between. Actually, Bakugo lost to Zumi. Yeah. And yeah. As Zumi had guilt. Because she hasn't seen her brother in very, very long time. So, as, yeah, when she won, and then when he battles against, or now she battles against him, and there's one thing. Oh, where did it go? Oh, there. So, yeah. So she says, "Are you ready to battle?" Yes. Name your. You might get like too sad to think about it. But there's one thing. You really missed your brother, don't you? As when when he said that, she says, "Yes, I really do miss my brother that much." Okay? As his body starts to transform into her brother. Or, yeah, a 6-year-old version. As he says that, "Come play with me, little big sister. It's, hey?" As she got, or she didn't like turn to stone like Medusa thing, but she froze when she saw his, 6-year-old self. As she starts to tear up really badly, as she couldn't like stop crying, as she couldn't believe it. That, yeah. As a shadowy mist comes out of the around from Zero, as they went into the past, like that illusion thing, like see into the past. Yeah. When Zumi saw uh her brother for last time, yeah. as as he as she sees the gun points right at his head, and she told him to stop. As when she or when he pulled the trigger, bang, as she was crying. She couldn't believe that her own brother did that to her, or to him. Took his own life away. As, yeah, as Zero walks up beside her, puts her or his hand on her shoulder, and tells her that those 2 years of you and your Emily and Bakugo bullied him around for being worthless. Yeah. And at the exact same moment, I was born. So, because I went, huh? As, yeah, when a dark mist came, they see Zumi crying her eyeballs out. Like uncontrollable crying. And as what she just witnessed was her brothers murdered. Yeah. So, basically, yeah. So, let's continue, shall we? As she says, sure. As he says that if All Might was their exact same time, and he would have probably prevented it. But that was going to be a waste of his or Pro Heroes' time. As he transforms into All Might, but instead of like yellow hair, her one, it's black hair. Yeah. So he says that you can't become a hero, kid. As he transforms into like evil All Might, evil Inko, evil Asashi, and then when at the final, she saw herself, evil version of herself. That everyone couldn't believe there were two. Yeah, as the evil version of herself says I really didn't need my brother anymore. Now I can't wait to become a hero. I don't need all that extra or that pathetic extra. As he battles against her in her crying form. Basically, she's beating herself up. Technically, like he became her and ends up beating herself around and knocking her out of the ring. Deku wins. And so the internship, no one picked him because everyone couldn't believe. Yeah. So then he walks around. Then he stumbled into, or actually, let's say Hero Killer Stain was it was way before Tenya Ito even got to him. As Zero says, you must be Hero Killer Stain, aren't you? Huh. Your record has more injured and dead bodies than I could count. So, as he grabs Hero Killer Stain at the supersonic speeds, as Hero Killer Stain couldn't react fast enough. As he says, I would have normally, or if you heard about that kid, didn't you? The one that took his own life? As Hero Killer Stain remembers, if he was here, he would have just put you behind bars. But that's what I'll do. As Hero Killer Stain got dragged all the way to the police station. Sorry. As the villains, or as the police station has him, as his own popularity went through the roof. As the detective was like, what is your plan? Well, really don't know. Next. But I do know that so then the camp arc, actually, let's stop for a minute, okay? So let's go into part 2. Please leave a like, share, subscribe, and in part 2, let's go over to the villain side. So bye.